Look, I was on board for the Outer Worlds on Nintendo Switch since the moment it got announced. I wanted to play Obsidian's big next open RPG, Fallout in space if you will, for a long time now. This has been something I've been looking forward to. There's been delays and now the game is finally out on Nintendo Switch and we have had an opportunity to jump in. This game is interesting for a few reasons. First of all, previously we figured that a game like this just wasn't going to be able to beat a thing on Switch, and for better or worse, Virtuous has proven that it is a thing. They even go as far as saying that they have no doubt that Switch adaptations can be worked on for games on any of the current generation of consoles, which is PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Can you imagine some of the newer Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed games running on Switch? If they run on PS4 and Xbox One, Virtuous believes that they can make it a reality. Now make no mistake, there has already been amazing ports on Switch that I never believed would be conceivable when the system first came out. The Witcher, Doom, and Wolfenstein, just to name a few. Panic Button is one of those developers that has been doing a phenomenal job of bringing these third-party games onto the Nintendo platform and having them run well for the most part. Now, should these super crazy, big, ambitious games end up on Switch if they are far inferior to every other version? Well, that is a player-by-player decision, and I will leave that up to you. But since the Outer World exists on Switch, let's talk about it. I want to start with the positive, and that is that the opening hours of the game, even on Nintendo Switch, are still super fun. The writing is phenomenal, funny at times, the characters are likable or unlikable depending on the choices you make, and speaking of choices, it's awesome to have a game where choice matters. That has been one of my favorite things in the Fallout games prior to Fallout 4. Choice matters. I felt really bad nuking a town. I felt bad about that. So what? I have a heart.
Well done, Mr. Burke. What a grand display of fireworks. I almost wish there was another nuke we could detonate. You don't see that very often.
This is the closest thing that we have to a Fallout game on Switch, and for all we know, it is gonna remain that way. Yes, Bethesda loves the platform. They have a bunch of their games on here, and I would wager that there is more coming from them in the future. But we don't know if that's gonna be a Fallout game or not. Maybe they don't wanna put something like that on the platform. For now, the Outer Worlds, it's it. And to be honest, Obsidian has done a really awesome job at making a game that feels just like Fallout without actually being Fallout. Like many of you, Fallout 4 just wasn't for me. I don't even want to talk about Fallout 76. That game doesn't exist in my head. Let's move on. So as far as the Outer Worlds itself, it's a cool game. It's a fun game. There's a lot to like here. But I guess the name of the game, aside from the Outer Worlds, is performance. How does it run and look on Switch? Now, this should go without saying, but if you have other platforms to play the game on, it's going to run and look better elsewhere. That's common sense at this point. That's the case with every port on Switch. So if you have a PC, go play it on PC. If you have a PS4 or Xbox One, go play it on PS4 or Xbox One. But I am still of the mind that you should explore this game if it intrigues you, if the Switch is the only platform you have available. Now, there are some super in-depth videos out there about the port. Digital Foundry has a phenomenal one. You should go check that out. But I will show you a little bit of a comparison here that I put together myself. I captured footage on the Xbox One. I captured footage on the Switch. I put it right next to each other. The footage comes from the exact same area, exact same point in the game. And obviously, yeah, the textures are not good. It looks kind of ugly. Yes, we lose a ton of detail on the Switch version. Signs are a little bit more difficult to read, and by a little bit I mean that you have to get really close to them in order to be able to read them. I made the subtitles bigger on Switch because handheld mode looks very blurry. A lot of issues. It is not pretty. The previous reports that we had about the game running 1080p in docked and 720p in handheld aren't exactly accurate 100% of the time. The game tries, it really does, and it does an admirable job of running a world like this with so much going on, so much in the environment, and a lot of the times it ends up feeling like the Switch just kind of crumbles under the weight that it's carrying, and it is carrying a lot of weight. There are multiple planets to explore, a ton of enemy types, there's cool armor, there's a ton of NPCs. This is a very hardcore RPG, for better or worse, and it's on Switch. So my opinion is that if you have nowhere else to play it and this is intriguing to you, you should probably still figure out a way to pick it up. Maybe wait until it goes on sale. That's probably what I recommend to most people. We've waited this long for the Switch version. Why not wait a little bit more for the inevitable sale? You know that we keep you up to date with all the sales that happen every week here on SwitchForce. So why not stay tuned and jump on it whenever it goes down a little in price. A special hello to those of you that remember me from the channel. Let me know in the comments how you feel about me making a video again, and hopefully I get to bring more videos for you guys soon. With all that said, I am gonna go ahead and get out of here. I got more planets to explore. I got more people to either make upset or make very happy in the Outer Worlds. I'm gonna go spend my time with it. And so what if it isn't the prettiest thing in the world? Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we will see you on the next one. SwitchForce out.